They say when a stranger enters a peaceful village and begins to stir the dust, it's only a matter of time before the elders will speak. Yes, that is exactly how it is. So for days now, rumblings have been growing around, the newest entrant into the Edochie clan, and her name, Yinka, the woman who recently tied the knot with Linc Edochie, the elder brother to the now controversial Yul Edochie. I'm sure a lot of you already understand these stories. Okay, so this is what it is right now, and this has been going on for days, like you already know. Okay, so while the news of her quiet wedding was met with some grace and calm, recent developments have set the public space ablaze with questions, outrage, and sometimes curiosity about her personality. So this morning, and I think, and yesterday as well, the internet began to whisper. Then came the screens, messages began to pour in, videos resurfaced, and then came the hard blow, a public statement allegedly from Queen May's Edochie's legal representatives calling out Yinka for veiled and sustained attack against May Edochie. And I know a lot of you guys who have been following this conundrum will easily, understand why this has to be so at this time. Okay? And just like that, what should have been a peaceful welcome into a respectable family, is now spiraling into a full blown scandal. And it's all, was orchestrated by one person, that is Yinka. And why she's doing this, I really would not understand. I really would not understand. But before we dissect this Gbos, let's start at the very root of this whole thing. And now the question is, who is Yinka? I'm sure a lot of you want to know. By her own loud confessions, she's a Yoruba woman, the daughter of a former ambassador, and now Mrs. Linc Edochie. But beyond the titles, she flashes around like expensive jewelry. Many are beginning to wonder, what does she truly stand for? Yes, what does she truly stand for? Why the sudden need to drag Queen May's name through the mud in discussions that have nothing to do with her at all? Because these things have nothing to do with Queen May. Okay? It is said in Yoruba land, the snail that forgets it has no shell will end up thinking it's a tortoise. And I think this is what is happening here. So Yinka, perhaps intoxicated by her new surname and perceived social elevation, has begun to walk the path of public provocation, subtle jabs in social media posts, repeated emphasis on lineage, class, and age, and more recently, suggestive comments. Many interpret as envy-driven shade towards Queen May. If you look at, if you take it, a deeper look at some of those posts, you see like it is envy-driven. Okay, but why? What's the motivation for all of this, if you may ask? Is it just cloud chasing? Is she trying to build a brand, from borrowed name or fame? What exactly is she trying to do? Is she intentionally trying to stir drama in a family that is still healing from Yule's betrayal and Judy's endless headlines that are leading us to nowhere? One thing is certain, timing could not be worse. Yes, the timing could not be worse. Why the Edochie's name has been dragged up and down by Yule's polygamous mess, Linc had remained the voice of reason. I said this in my previous video. Linc has always been very matured in the way he handled the whole thing. And for me, I think he even stood, strongly behind May all through the whole thing until this Yinka of a lady surfaced. Okay? So Link had always remained the voice of reason, like I said, calm, classy, and very, very supportive of May. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of you who have followed this Edochie family conundrum will easily, attest to this. He advocated for peace and maturity. So how then did he end up with someone like Yinka, whose public persona feels more combative than composed? I'm sure you guys know that Link is a very reserved person. Even while he was into Nollywood, he's always been on the quiet side. Yes, on the quiet side. So how he has now ended up with this kind of combative personality is what baffles me right now. Some observers say it's a mismatch. Well, I think I agree with this. Others whisper that this marriage might become a ticking time bomb. I also think so. After all, when you marry into your royalty, you either learn to walk with grace or get consumed by the weight of the crown. And I think that is exactly what we're seeing right now. Because I've not seen anyone walking with grace yet. I can see that. And right now, it appears Yinka is playing with fire. Yes, you heard me well. Because if you aggregate all the things she has been doing online, it sparks of someone playing with real fire right now. And I don't know why. And then came the final straw. That statement from Queen May's legal camp. Yes, there was a statement. And it was a call to order, a direct warning to Yinka to desist from dragging May Edochie into her brand building drama. Because that is what I think all this is all about. Okay? So according to that release, Yinka's unprovoked and direct attacks are not just unfortunate, but are fast becoming intolerable. And I think I agree with them. And in a carefully worded but firm message, the lawyers urged Link, the man of peace, to step in before things escalate further. Because if he doesn't do that, I am afraid things may snowball to something beyond our control. So I think this statement is coming at the right time, and I'm hoping that Link, being a man of peace, will just do the needful. This is no longer a family squabble; it is now public, and the implications very, very serious. If Yinka does not back down, her newfound marriage could collapse before it finds its feet, because that is what is about happening. If she doesn't know by now, worse still, she risks damaging her own image and that of her husband. Because I also believe that is what she has started doing gradually. As one netizen said, she has not even unpacked her bags in the Edochie household and she's already lighting fires. This is serious. This is so, so serious. And why would she start this way? Why? When the goat decide to grow beards like the lion, it should be ready to roar or risk being laughed at or even risk being consumed. Last. Abi? This is not the time to pick unnecessary fights, I must advise. Especially not with Queen May, a woman who has survived betrayal, public humiliation, and still walking with dignity. Now, that kind of woman you walk on the face. Okay, so a woman with millions, rooting for her across the globe, across the world. There's no part of the world you go to that you will find some supporters of Queen May. So is it that kind of woman you want to begin to rub shoulders with at this early stage of your marriage? Huh? A woman whose silence carries more power than 100 influencers shouting on Instagram? Because if you look at the social media, despite the noise from a lot of bloggers, blah, 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 the rest, Queen May stands tall because she's got the grace of God following her. So the question I want to ask now is, so is this really worth it for Yinka? Is the cloud, the buzz, the attention truly worth stepping on the toes of a beloved figure like Queen May? Has her personal brand been upgraded now? Or has it just been permanently tainted? I think it has been tainted, terribly. Because the truth is, the internet never forgets. Whatever she's trying to build, whether it is a fashion brand, a public personality, or a YouTube channel, it may never rise above this controversy. I tell you, make una write am down. Whatever it is, it can never rise above this controversy she has created for herself. And sadly, Linc, the once neutral elder brother of Edochie, may get caught in the middle of firestorm that he never started, unfortunately. As for the rest of the Edochie family, the elders, the peacemakers, the silent watchers, they will now be forced to either take sides or retreat into deeper silence. But silence too has consequences, I must say, because the public is watching, waiting, and also judging, unfortunately. In the end, Yinka must ask herself a simple question. Is this how you want to be introduced to the world? I hope she asks herself this in reality, because is this how she wants to be introduced to the world? As the woman who married into a a well-respected name, family name, and tried to now burn it down with gossip and direct attacks? Or as someone who came with peace and earned her place in the hearts of the people? The way it is going now is like she prefers to be that woman who enter into a respectable family and now burn it down with gossip and direct attacks, because that is exactly what she has started. Because one Yoruba proverb warns, when a child washes his hands well, he dines with the kings. But the one who enters the place, to boast and belittle others, ends up swept out with the morning trash. This is how it is. Let her take heed. The clock is ticking. And with this, I want to end this right here. But I believe the message is very, very loud and clear. What do you think about this story? Please feel free to go to the comment section and leave your comments. And hopefully, yours sincerely will meet you right there. God bless you and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye.